Growing up, I was probably the most shy kid you'd ever meet. In fact, if you met me in real life, you'd probably be surprised of how introverted I still am, because I still have those tendencies. I don't talk a whole bunch. I've always just kind of been the guy in the background. But I've had to learn over the years how to demand attention and demand respect. I mean, it's my job here on YouTube, right? So I had a little bit of a rough time growing up, because a lot of what I was being told to do and how I was being told to act through TV shows and social media, I didn't possess that. When YouTube was telling me to be loud, funny, and obnoxious, when movies were telling me that I need to have this Hollywood actor level charm, it made me all the more shy and insecure, because I knew I couldn't level up to that. And so I soon realized that even though I'm naturally a shy, kind of quiet dude, I can still demand respect. I can still show some authority, and I can do it in a very low-key, kind of subtle way. I figured, as a shy guy, I do somewhat have an advantage. Why? Because guys who are naturally more loud and obnoxious, their hands are all over the place, their tonality is very up and down, they're a little bit more prone to reacting or getting offended, and so they just have to learn how to control their emotions a little more. I'm not saying this in a demeaning way, but they naturally have just a little bit more feminine energy. But introverted guys, on the other hand, because they're more calm, they kind of already got that mellow tempo. They've got a lot of masculine energy bottled up in here. They just need help using it in a more effective way. So today I want to share with you guys a few little tricks that I implemented in my own life that allowed me to demand respect, but without having to completely change who I am. So the first thing, number one, is slowing down your movements. Just relaxing into yourself, realizing that there's no rush. One time specifically, I was with, she was my wife, but she was my girlfriend at the time, and we were with her parents, and it was the first time I started hanging around their family, so I was so nervous and I didn't really know what to say. And we were having a conversation with them, and they were asking us, me specifically, where do I see the relationship going? They're asking me about finances and all these things, and it was just stressing me out so bad because I was so nervous. And instead of just being nice and loose and just relaxed, I was like this. I was real tight, and I was I made myself real small, and I was in here. And the whole time while I was talking to her parents, I was doing these little beatbox, and then I would tap on my chest and my body like this, and making all these little beats. And I had so much bottled up, just nervous energy. Or my girlfriend at the time, she's like, Dre, what were you doing? She's like, that was so embarrassing. You can't be doing that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize I was doing it. So I've had to learn over the years just to take all that nervous energy up here, push it back down in my nuts, breathe through my gut, drop those shoulders a little bit, and just open myself up and just relax. Take deep, nice breaths, and just be cool, calm, and collected. Even if I don't really feel like it in here, just express it that way. If I'm gonna use my hands, I use my hands, but I'm not aggressive about it. I'm just using it in a very simple, slow manner. When you start using your hands too fast and too quick, it either shows feminine energy or just nervous energy. So when you're in those conversations like that where you are a bit nervous, just slow down, bro. Slow movements, that's what you need to be thinking. And this kind of goes into number two, the power pause. Pause in between what you say. For instance, if you're in a friendly gathering, try saying, hey guys, I got something to say. And then pause for a sec. What's gonna happen next is they're all gonna start leaning in. And that's what this does. It pulls people in when you pause. And check this out, you can also pause right before a main point that you're about to deliver. When I create YouTube videos, right before I'm about to drop a super dope quote, I'll pause. I'll build that tension just for a little bit, and then bang, bang, hit them with the quote. For instance, the other day I was talking to some kid about life and how sometimes you gotta let go of the things you don't have control over. But what you do have control over is your effort and your attitude. See right there how I kind of implemented those pauses? I built that tension. And what that does is it draws people in, it pulls them closer. It shows that you're calm and just fully in the driver's seat of the conversation. And if people try to chime in or try to cut you off, hey, don't worry. Don't feel like you need to rush your sentence or try to turn up your voice to overpower theirs. Nah, man, just keep that same tempo. I'm not gonna lie, it's a hard thing to do. It's something I'm working on myself currently, but it's just something important that we all need to be aware of. Number 3, stop shooting all over yourself. Be very careful of your choice of words, bro. Rather than saying things like, oh, yeah, I should start losing weight, huh? Yeah, I should maybe stop playing video games, and I probably should start working on my marriage a little more. I probably should start investing more. I probably should do this. I probably should do that. Nah, bro, just be a man of your word and execute. Now, I was gonna come up with some like super fancy quote, something cool, like instead of saying you should, start saying you will. But it's like, no, man, don't even talk about it, period. Just do it. Be about it. Nobody cares about what you should do or what you are going to do. The only thing people care about is if you actually just did it. That's the only thing you're ever gonna be respected for. You're not gonna be respected for the things you should do, or the things that you're about to do, the things that you might do, maybe here in the near future, hopefully soon, maybe. Number 4, holding eye contact. Now, we've heard the saying, the eyes are the window of the soul. When you reveal your soul using your eyes, it shows that you're not hiding anything, especially if you're holding eye contact with someone during a confrontation. But keep it natural. I'm not saying to never break eye contact and just stare at that person's soul till they die. Don't be like looking down or drifting off or like looking at your phone, texting. Keep that chin up, eye contact, maybe make a few nods in there. Something I kind of do, it's just kind of become natural at this point, is sometimes if I'm talking to a person like this and I'm listening to them, taking in, soaking in what they're saying and kind of analyzing it, dissecting it, and agreeing with them. And sometimes I'll repeat back to them kind of exactly what they just said, just to show that I'm actively listening. For instance, if you're talking to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, the other night I went out, got some spaghetti, and there was a screw in my food. I'm gonna be like, oh really? Oh, there's a screw in your food? What? What'd you do? Did you eat it? And so by me kind of repeating back to them what they just said, it shows that I'm actively engaging and genuinely listening. Number 5 is tonality. Now this is something I learned, I think, from Charisma on Command. It's kind of focusing more on that downward inflection. Now, there's a difference from me carrying on a conversation and then I just kind of keep ending it on a high note, and it just kind of shows that I don't know where the conversation is going. I'm kind of loose, kind of out of control. So what you'd want to do is kind of focus on ending your sentences on a downward inflection. And what this does is it just kind of shows control, and it shows that you have authority, and like you're making a statement, and you're kind of ending your sentences off with, it's kind of like that nail in the coffin. And you don't have to do this every single time with like every single sentence, because it might come off a little just weird. You want to have a natural flow. Number 6 is never react. The best way to show yourself a man is to just have composure. While other dudes react and get upset and attack back, you don't. You remain cool, calm, and collected. Your energy isn't all up here, it's down here in your nutsack, right? Your balls aren't completely severed. See, when your voice starts peaking way up and you start losing control and you get all aggravated, you've just been emasculated. You're pretty much you're no longer a man. Your balls are they're gone, bro. They've been just sliced clean off. So stay cool, bro. This will separate you from everybody else. It makes a man respectable when he has self-control. Number 7, redirect the glory. Now, while everyone else thinks you need to accept all the glory and take all the credit, because you got to show your worth and show what you're about, no, man, redirect the glory. And if you can, redirect it to the person you're actually talking to. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to lower yourself, but what I am saying is accept the compliment, but elevate that person while you're at it. For instance, if I'm at the gym and someone gives me a compliment and says, hey, Dre, you're looking big, man, keep it up. Of course, I'm going to acknowledge that compliment and say, hey, thanks, bro, appreciate it. But after that, I'm going to be like, man, just trying to get on your level, trying to get big like you, dude. And so I'll redirect that glory back to them. Or I might redirect that praise, that glory, to someone I'm actually with. Say I'm with Bree, we're out and about, and someone comes up to us and says, oh, you're such a cute couple, or, you guys got such a good, healthy marriage. I'll take that praise, and I'll actually point it and give it to my wife. And I'll say something like, oh, well, Bree, she's so sweet. It's just so easy to get along with. She makes marriage just so effortless. It's a piece of cake being married to her. Or if we're out with my parents or something like that, I'll try my best to redirect the praise to them and say something like, oh, well, You know, my dad, he taught me well, and he showed me hands-on what it means to be a man, to be a good father, husband. And so as I've implemented this strategy over the years, and I've constantly redirected that praise, and I've also implemented the slow, relaxed movements, the eye contact, the calm tonality, it's allowed me to not only just demand respect, but to show some authority. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. By the way, I'm working on the Masculine Masterclass right now. It should be done within the next month. So hey, if you want to be the first to know when I drop that, and if you want to get a huge discount off that program, be sure to sign up to my newsletter down in the description. I'll make sure I hook you guys up. With that said, give this video a nice big thumbs up if you dug it. Hit the notifications button to be informed when I drop new content, and check out this video right here. This is a good one. If you want to embrace your masculinity as a man and reject culture and all its evil, perverted ways, you got to check it out. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Peace always.